What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the MTM podcast. Happy Wednesday from all of your favorites here on the podcast. Again, my name is Mike,
I'm Trevor.
Mike,
and this is your MTM crew. So, we've talked a lot of basketball, fellas, especially over the past week. And let's kick things off right away. Let's talk about Summer League. Like, obviously, the Pistons are playing well. They are playing Summer League better than I think a lot of people expected them to. But at the same time, when you have most of your active roster on your Summer League team, you're just going in with more experience, and the team is probably just going to be a lot better than the others. But what are your guys' thoughts on how the Pistons are playing?
Honestly, I'm really liking what we've seen so far, especially from our rookies. Like Ivy was balling. I know he had 11 points in 5 minutes that last game, and then he ended up hurting himself. But still, he's looking like a league ready shooting guard already. And this is still a summer league, but I don't know. I think that him and Durant are looking really solid.
he started off slow, but who wouldn't? Got the nerves out. First half was kind of shaky. He was jacking up a lot of not bad shots, but a lot of threes, trying to prove he can shoot the 3-pointer. But he did end up showing he can shoot the three ball pretty solid after that in the second half. And then the 5 minutes, he went 100% from the field. So
And he only averaged like 3.5 assists in college, which I know what some people are worried about his distributing, and he did a great job. I think he had 6 assists both games.
yeah, and also he had 60% of his shots came within 10 feet of the rim. So seeing him
Really, I didn't know
extend his
that.
range a little bit was
I
pretty
did not know that.
fun to watch. It's going to be explosive and exciting this coming
Yeah,
season.
of my draft analysis of Ivy, after watching a lot of film, there's times he would go up for maybe like a contested layup or try to dunk on somebody, but he could dish it off to a trailer, maybe, coming right down the lane, and he could get an easy assist like that. But at the end of the day, you can't get too many of those assists, especially when you're really the only guy on the team, and uh, the whole defense starts to collapse on you, and especially when you don't have NBA talent around you, like at Purdue, it's hard to rack up those assists. But I did see a lot of flashes of his playmaking ability. And especially now being in the NBA with guys that can really play the game of basketball well, you're going to see his assist numbers go up, and they're probably going to be higher in his rookie year than maybe his second year, just because he's going to be figuring things out, and he's going to be probably a little more hesitant. He wants to dish the ball, and he doesn't maybe want to be the reason the Pistons not play well. But I think he'll be a very solid, just all around guard, because I believe his defense, obviously in the NBA, your defense is going to get better every year because you're understanding the defensive schemes better, and you're learning your teammates' tendencies, your opponent's tendencies, and you start to figure things out. So I feel like he will be a solid two-way guard who can play make and score the ball efficiently.
I agree with that, especially him gelling with Cade. He brings that quickness and explosiveness. Cade's a little slower of a player. He's got that. He's really good, but he's does his own thing. He got his own pace, sets his own pace. So having the extra quickness really will open up the paint for a lot of people. So
Also, his
nice.
defense, I don't know. Summer league is a lot different than him guarding CJ McCollum or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we gotta wait until these summer league players are still just players that are trying to get to the league and players just right out of college and stuff. So, I mean, I think that the real test will come during the season when he's guarding these 3-level threats like Bradley Beal and CJ McCollum and stuff like that, shooting guard.
But he does have the quickness for it, so that's positive there.
Fair.
And one thing I do really like about this Pistons team, especially watching them in summer league, is how much energy they bring to the floor every single second of the game. It feels like they're having a party out there, and they're all hyping each other up. The bench is going crazy. The guys that aren't participating in summer league, like Cade and Sadiq, they'll come to the game, sit courtside, and there's the photo of all them high-fiving Ivy after the first game, because they've realized okay, we got a player, he's really good, and they're building that team chemistry. And obviously, as you guys know in basketball, that trumps skill any day of the week.
Right. I agree.
They're hungry. They're young and hungry.
Yeah, it helps
I'm
that our team
excited.
is like all around the same age, so everyone can like really bond and like make those like friendships because that really helps on the court.
And then, so it kind of like got me thinking, watching Ivy play so well and, especially during really starting to come into his own, I was like, okay, who are some of the top performers across the league and summer league? And so, like, obviously, I put the two Detroit rookies and Duran and Ivy. I think those two could form a lethal duo in the summer league, and hopefully that will carry over into the preseason and the regular season. So those guys will have something going. How do
Steals of
you
the
guys?
draft.
Yeah, you guys probably feel the same way that those guys are definitely some of the top performers in the league when it comes to summer league play.
Yeah, I agree. Ivy's mixtape is his highlight reel for just the 36 minutes he played is one of the best in the summer league.
Yeah, for real.
So,
Yeah,
and
like
Jalen Duren's
those.
still 18, he's young, shows a lot. He's still working on his post game moves.
And like one of
Got
my
like
favorite things for him is the very first play of the first game, they threw him an alley oop, like to set the tone and get him going. Because they obviously, as a young, when you got young guys out there, you got to get them going early so they can build that confidence throughout the game. So where maybe the last shot might come down to them getting the ball dished to them and they got 5 seconds to work or go to a go-to move. And you kind of saw that with Ivy when he took it and got that layup to really secure the first game. And then the second game, I wish he would have played, obviously, but he got hurt in the first. What was it? You said 5 minutes? 5 minutes or something like
yeah,
that? Like
I don't know
that.
if he got hurt in the
yeah,
first 5 minutes, but I
5 or
know
6.
he dropped like 11 points in 5 minutes.
No, he did. He went to shoot a 3 ball and someone got up underneath him. He landed on his foot and
Tweaked it.
twisted his ankle. Yeah. Nothing
Not that
major
word.
though. Nothing major. Just probably like a mild sprain or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
then another guy that I think is really performing well in summer league is Mac McClung. People may have forgotten his name, but just for like reference, he was the kid coming out of high school who was putting on highlight reel dunks, insane vertical. He was really more of a slasher in high school, but as you see him now in the G League, he's starting to become more of a well-rounded player. He can score a little bit on. He probably won't be an efficient 3-level scorer, but adding a jump shot to his game has definitely expanded his team's spacing. But I see there's a point Nards wants to make about McClung. So let's hear what you got,
Oh
big
well.
guy.
Well, he did start off at Georgetown for his first like year or two, and then in the college world, and then he ended up going to Texas Tech, where I thought he did a lot better. But then he was on the G League, and the Lakers actually had him this past season, and they ended up dropping him, and they got picked up by the Warriors after like 2 games. So yeah, and he's only 6'2", and he showed a lot in high school of what he can do. So I'm excited to see if he gets used to that pace, what he be able to do though. But with his size being only like 6'2", I'm not sure because he was more even in like high school and stuff. He's always like you said a slasher. So I don't know if that really has transferred over well to like the G League and NBA pace and the defense on that side. So I'm excited though. I think he'll be able to maybe show some people what he actually can do and do something in this league and make a name for himself. So that's about it.
Let's
And then
go.
there's Cam Thomas.
Yes, sir.
Who's
The
freaking
front
hooping,
runner.
bro? 28 and a
Front
I haven't
runner
half.
really
for
seen
the
much from him,
MVP.
so
He's
yeah,
so
actually.
he's the front runner right now for the summer league MVP. In his couple games that he's played, he's averaging 27 points, 2 assists, right around 2 rebounds, and a steal and a half a game. He's really carrying that Brooklyn Nets summer league team. I haven't looked too much into their team success in the summer league, but every time I see something about the Brooklyn Nets in summer league, Cam Thomas is always in the highlight reel more than twice.
Nets are 1-2.
Okay. But obviously, like most summer league teams, like you only got about 3 or 4 guys that you'll probably call up to your active roster and then put everybody else in the G League. So Cam Thomas, I know he did play in a few games for Brooklyn last year. Obviously didn't see the court a whole lot, but now he's really making a case for himself to be a rotational guy off the bench for that Nets squad.
There's not very many big names on here on the Nets roster. I don't even recognize anyone other than Cam.
a lot of summer league guys do end up getting scouted and recruited to go play overseas as well. So they still
Right.
can showcase their talents. Where they're
Right.
not good enough for the NBA, obviously, but they can still maybe play and have a good role over there in like Europe or Australia, stuff like China even.
Yes,
So,
sir. I want to look at that.
And then another guy that we think is performing well in the summer league is the man from Duke, a Dookie, Paolo Banchero. Nard, do you think he's the best in the summer league so far?
yeah, dude, he dominated. Did you see him against the Kings? He had that game-saving block and all that stuff, and he ended up against the Kings. I'm pretty sure he had a huge shot, and then that Keegan Murray went down and ended up hitting a three-pointer to send him to OT, and I think Magic ended up winning.
Yeah, and
And then,
sudden death. That was lit. I love the
yeah,
sudden death ending.
that was a great game. Yeah, same. I saw that. But he only played 2 games, and then Magic ended up putting him on the bench because they're like, we've seen enough. This
I
guy
woulda.
definitely can ball. No, yeah, no
Bro,
risk of injury.
dude, he looks like a all-star, bro. I mean, like seriously, like he moves like Tracy
He's a
McGrady's.
hooper.
I swear to God.
How tall
But
is he?
he's built like
6'8"?
him too. Yeah, like 6'8", bro, and he's just built like that. He is
Yeah,
him.
he's thick.
But dude, I'm really impressed with his summer league play, especially dude. He's just freak athlete. He's 6'10". I lied, no, it's
Oh damn. I wanted him to go to the Pistons so bad. I thought they were gonna get the number 3 spot. Who's gonna fall to us? But no, we got screwed. We're the first team that's screwed over in the draft and ended up falling 5.
I mean, we got Cade
We got
last year.
Ivy out of it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we
that's
got Ivy
true.
now.
That was like one of our first overall picks in Pistons in forever. Like one of
Finally,
them,
we
like
didn't
ever.
pick. We didn't bust.
At least we didn't get
Hopefully.
Darko. That's all
Knock
that
on wood.
matters. Just like Chet. No,
And then who is another guy you guys feel like is performing well in the summer league?
Josh
Well-
Giddey. If you absolutely look at OKC, dude, Josh Giddey does everything. Half of Chet's points come from Josh Giddey drawing a double team and just giving a little shuffle pass right to him. And Chet, obviously being like 7 feet tall, just dunks it with like no one really there. He got a triple double against the Grizzlies with 10 boards, 10 assists, 14 points. And then against the Magic, he was close with 7 boards, 8 assists, and 12 points. And if you really watch those games, he's just out there toying with everybody. Yeah, he definitely
Keegan
should have
Murray's
been
been
playing
playing
this
really
year.
good too.
Yeah, Keegan Murray has definitely been going off.
Jaden Hardy
Solid.
is the Dallas Mavs second round pick from Team Ignite, and he's averaging like 17.7, and he looks like league ready almost. And this dude, though, that G League route is underrated because you're playing against like NBA talent for the whole year at that level.
Yeah, you're going against a bunch of grown men.
You're not going to get as much exposure as like going to college, obviously, like nationally, but the skill gap is pretty big, I'd say, from college to like G League. So,
Oh no, definitely.
And kind of on that Josh Giddey point that Nard's made, like last year I didn't know too much about him when he got drafted. I was like, oh, this is some kid from Australia. He must have had a really great
he's a
highlight
hooper,
reel.
eh?
But we all found
He's
out
tall,
like throughout
too.
his
6'6".
rookie season, as a taller guard who can play make, there's a spot for him in this league somewhere. And as I started to watch him more and more, I was more and more impressed with just like his ability to dish the ball and like not like, try to find his shot. He let the game come to him. When he plays, it looks like it's so natural. And it's like I always like to say, it's like basketball is kind of like jazz music, I see a lot of similarities, and the way Josh plays, it's definitely a jazz type beat.
I like that. I like that.
then-
Smooth jazz.
Mhm.
It's crazy on the strings.
And then I obviously when you watch the G League, there's some guys that have played in the NBA before or have high expectations for. And one of the guys that I really started to take notice of who needs to improve is Saban Lee.
I don't know
Holy
much
smokes.
about this topic. You said you were seeing a bunch of slander.
Oh my goodness. After that first game that the Pistons played, Twitter was calling for this man's head. Everyone was saying to trade him, cut him. They were like, there's there's no spot for him on even our G League team if he keeps continuing to play like this. What he
Okay,
was
so he
doing
averaged
was
24.9 minutes, 12 points, uh, 3.5 assists, and 1.5 boards.
and
He's
he
a
was the
smaller guy as
primary
well.
and he was the primary
And he was
ball
averaging
handler.
3 steals.
He was averaging he was the primary ball handler off the bench, so it'd be him and Killian going in together for that summer league rotation. And a lot of people were upset that, Killian was kind of playing the back seat to Saban Lee and letting Saban kind of be the facilitator for the offense. And there was times it might have led to a careless shot. Maybe he's dribbling into, an area where the play is not designed for. And they're just saying he doesn't know how to facilitate the offense yet, like how Killian does. And then I forget who it was, some guy on Twitter then clapped back. He goes, well, think about it like this. Killian's had 2 years of NBA basketball where he's had prime time ability to bring the ball up and be that playmaker for the Pistons until, last year with Cade, they would flip-flop back and forth. But I like that point that the guy made because you think about it, Killian has 2 years of experience like at the highest level of basketball playing in the NBA, of bringing the ball up and being the play initiator versus Saban Lee has spent the majority of his career in the G League where he's dropping like 38 points a game, like it's nothing. And like it's hard for him because I feel like he's on the edge of the bench, as I like to say. Like he's either a 14th guy who might get like rotational minutes at the very end of the game if we're getting killed or they're taking it to do somebody, or he's a G League starter where he'll probably win G League MVP.
Right. I do feel for him, but maybe like, we did give him that opportunity and he's played all right so far, but like, I don't know if it's like worthy. Like he might have a spot in the G League. That might be like some people aren't built for the NBA, like it sucks, but like, it's the truth. Like I'm not built to go to the NBA. Like
I'm not.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like,
also
Saban
feel
definitely
like
has been balling, but like he's playing decent right now, but this level is also very similar to the G League and his numbers weren't all that impressive. So I don't know. Is he
I
ready
also
for like NBA talent? I don't know.
I also feel like he might have a spot, maybe not with the Pistons, maybe on another roster somewhere else. Because
Yeah.
right now we're stacked at point guard. You have Ivy, Cade, Killian,
Yeah.
as now Corey Joseph. He's there,
Right.
so that's a lot of point guards he's coming off against. And
Me.
I don't see him getting a lot of minutes, So maybe if some other team picks him up, it wouldn't be too bad after the season, or drop him, put him in a trade later on this year. Because I still see him as like he does good things, but if he was not as good of a fit with the Pistons, I don't know.
Like quick side note about the Pistons. Cade Cunningham 6'6" according to like Google.
He's
And
6'8". That's what he said coming out of college.
that's
They
what he
shrunk
said.
him. Well, that's what they're saying on the stats, but they shrunk him. That usually happens though.
Okay,
Like
because in
Chet was
2K
like
it says
7'1".
6'8", but like on
Because
Yeah,
Google it says 6'6".
that's
so
what he
What
was
is
coming
it?
out of college.
I'm gonna
With his
DM him and
shoes,
be
he's
like,
6'8".
bro, 2K said you're
6'8" with the
6'8".
shoes on.
like
Yo,
Anthony
bro, you don't
Davis,
play basketball barefoot, dog.
Exactly. 6'8" with the shoes. 6'6"
yeah,
barefoot. Come on now.
like Anthony Davis rounds down his height because he's definitely 7 feet tall, maybe 7 foot plus.
No
But the
way.
reason he says that
No
he's
chance.
6'10" is because he doesn't want to play center. You can watch the Jimmy Kimmel clip online. They measure AD right there, and he's like 7 feet, like easily. And they asked him why, and he's like, I like to play power forward. I don't like playing center. And so then you think about it like, oh, there's probably guys that round down their height that, like, people say Kevin Durant's 7 foot, but
He
There's
is,
pictures of him
dude.
like
He
next to
is.
Boogie. 2K has
Unless
him
you're bring
listed
that
as
up.
6'9". Google
yeah,
says he's
he's
6'9".
yeah. People
Nah.
have said, oh, KD's 6'9", and then he a couple times said he's 6'10", and then. At this point, he might be 6'11", 7 foot. He might just keep on growing and
I know
growing and
back in
growing.
high school we used to like boost everyone's height like 4 inches just to like intimidate the other team and stuff. But like you're in the NBA, everyone knows who you are. Like there's no need to lie on your scouting report. It's not like
Play a few
people who are
times a
guarding Kevin
season.
Durant don't know who Kevin Durant is, like how tall he is and stuff. Like I just don't see a
It's gonna
point in
drop a
lying about
bucket
it.
on you no matter what you do. It doesn't matter.
Trev, didn't you say you're sick? Didn't you say you were like 6'2" in high school or something like that on the
No,
thing?
no. And
I
Ann said I was 5'11". That's a stretch.
She asked me and I was like 5'10". She was like,
6
all right,
foot,
all right,
6
good
foot.
enough. I was like, all right, sweet.
Good
I mean, 5'9" and
number.
7/8
Good
is
number.
not that far off the 5'10" in my eyes, but apparently to some
Dude,
people
no
it
way
is.
you're 5'10". I'm
All right,
5'10", and I'm like 2
5'9"
inches
and
smaller than
7/8.
you.
Like I just said, bro, it's close enough, and I round up.
I'm taller
6'6",
than you by like an inch and a half.
Well, yeah, because you got a afro on your head. Of course, you look like you're taller than me.
I got a haircut months ago. Look at this
Yeah,
busted
but look how
haircut.
He's
froey your hair
bald.
is.
Look how busted my haircut is.
So you're not gonna
Tasha,
shout
if
out
you
your.
see this, I'm sorry. I appreciate the
As
haircut.
I
It
say,
looks
you're not
nice.
shouting out your barber, huh?
Butch
Everyone go.
doesn't need a
Everyone go
shout
see.
out.
Everyone go see Tasha Corcoran at Glitz NXT in Auburn Hills, right off
What's
of
her-
Baldwin.
What was her name?
Tasha Corcoran.
That's what I thought. Who are some other guys that need to improve in the summer league?
I don't really know. I haven't been able to watch a lot. I only watch from like the top 5 picks pretty much. I only watch like their games for the most part. And I haven't been able to like watch like follow it all totally. So I think Chet needs to improve though. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, he definitely needs to hit the
Chet
weight
got
room
bodied
a little
up.
bit. Just a little
I mean,
bit.
that first game he looked really solid, but and then Kenny Lofton was just kind of like throwing his body around, and Chad didn't really know how to
So
handle.
did Jabari Smith also clamped him down on defense.
Jabari
like I
is going to
said.
be a great player.
And Jabari was only like, what was he like? Against Chet, he was 5 for 19, 2 for 9 on 3, I think it was.
Chet was or Jabari?
Jabari Smith was when they played Chet.
So
But
Jabari shot like crap
I mean,
too.
he shot like crap, but I mean, he's an outside jump shooter. He was just having an off night. Shit's gonna
Fair.
fall like next game.
You know who didn't have an off night though? The guy I said was going to be the greatest out of the top 5, and I said Paulo Banchero.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And actually,
He's
Keegan
the
Murray
best player
didn't
in the summer
either, but
league.
I expected that. Keegan's a solid player.
Keegan had one off game for his shooting. He went 4 for 15, 1 for 7 on 3 in the second game. But he also had 9 boards and still ended up getting 9 points somehow. So I don't probably like a couple assists too to go along with that. Other than that, he dropped 26, 9, and 24. That's pretty. Those are pretty solid numbers. So, like I said, he's probably got the highest floor other than Paolo coming into that draft, and then his ceiling is not as high as definitely not as high as others in this draft. But I think he'll be a good solid role player shooter for the Kings. But
Fair.
his career is going to go to crap because the Kings don't know how to develop their players, just
Yeah,
like everyone
exactly.
else.
He's going to turn into another Marvin Bagley, bro.
Exactly. So.
Hopefully they do another thing where they just trade him away at some point, like how they did for
Just
Tyrese
right,
Halliburton.
just right to the Pistons. hopefully.
Bring him here.
I mean,
just like we got Bagley. Top 2 pick 4 years ago, 2018, number 2 pick.
and then you got Tyrese Halliburton who was balling out in Sacramento, and they're like, "Oh, we'll just trade you to the Pacers." And
Can you
he's
guys
like,
hear that when I drink?
No,
No.
So that's not gonna that's not gonna get picked up in the pod, right?
no. I mean, our viewers can comment and they can tell you to.
Can you
shut-
hear Trevor slurping his propel
Yeah.
during the video? Because if you can, I'll
Hashtag-
fix it.
Hashtag tell Trev to shut the hell up. Nah, that's too long of a hashtag. Anyways,
Wait, ready?
dude, you're a child. You're a child. This man's is a baby. He's not a real big man.
You a baby?
For any context for people who are watching who don't know what me and Trevor are talking about, I think Nards somewhat knows. So over the past weekend when I was home, me and Trevor went up to Basketball America, which if you're not from Michigan or you don't really know what it is, it's basically just a gym with a bunch of courts, and you can just play open gym. You just pay for a small fee, and then you can pay another $1 for a ball. And there's a lot of times you can run pickup games in there because there's always heads in there and there's always people looking to run games. So one game me and Trevor were playing, it was me, him, and 3 other randoms that all came together against a team that were probably 3, 4 of them were together, and then they had like 2 randoms or something.
Yeah,
And
something like that.
all of a
Honestly, I
sudden,
think they were like all together, like 4 of them.
they,
And
yeah. And then the other kid with the coral shoes, he was good. If he ever finds this podcast, bro, you're a hooper. You can hoop.
oh, his name is Jacob. Jacob, shout out Jacob. You're a
Shout out
bucket.
Jacob. Yes, sir. Drained a 3 right in my face, and I couldn't play any better defense. Anyways, so there was
In
this
his
guy on the
mouth.
other team. He was probably what? How tall do you think he is, Trev? You said he was like
6'6", 6'7".
big body,
damn.
lefty with an outside jump shot like you couldn't believe, but you didn't know it until he started playing.
Inside
So-
banger, dunking on kids.
Yeah, athletic freak. He can do it all.
He dunked on
thing
this
was-
like little high schooler, bro. It kind of felt bad.
So one possession, I fed Trev in the post. He backed this guy all the way down and just threw up a little quick reverse layup, like caught the guy sleeping, right? So it was a good play by Trevor, and the defender just wasn't ready because Trevor's so dang quick. I don't know how he does it. Might as well call him Dash. So one of our teammates, when we were down, we were down like 4 or 5 points at this point, like, and they
Yeah.
were really close to game point. One of our teammates starts screaming at this dude, "You're a baby. He's a baby. You're not a real big man. He's a baby." And so the next
I'm
4
a dog
possessions,
like that. What can I say?
the next
I
4
brought up my inner
possessions,
Kobe.
baby had 4 straight 3-pointers all in our face. And as he was dribbling the ball up the court, he would, chirp back at our teammate. He was like, "YouTube, Google, Wikipedia, do your research. Do your research."
Do your research.
And just absolutely strap him from 3. And
Right
we
in
were
his
just
eyeball.
like, "Oh, okay." Oh no, we were up because they came back, and then we were down after he hit those 4 threes, and then we came back again.
All I know is that I scored on that man. I was hooping a little bit. Our teammates started chirping at him, calling
Yeah.
him a baby, and then he
You
proceeded to
baby.
drop 4 consecutive 3-pointers right in that guy's mouth. So
Ball don't
Like,
lie. Ball don't lie.
YouTube, Google, Wikipedia, do your research.
Like and that
Now,
that
do you know that
rivalry
swish where it
was
like
heated.
swishes, but like the net like tings the
Rips.
back of like the block of the
Yeah, it's
rim?
got the
It's like
pure
the
sound.
ding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the ding every time. Like,
Pure.
and I'm just like, bro, close out on him. And then he would dribble back. Our guy would get the ball. The guy who was chirping, start chirping on his way down while he's dribbling the ball up the court. Jack up a mid range, hit all glass. Not even
Wouldn't pass the ball either. He didn't pass the ball.
He was looking like me the other night. Oh, tough
Oh,
scene.
man.
Tough scene.
Like me and Trevor would have been the leaders in assists in that entire gym, but our teammates were A, guys with broken jump shots, or B, guys that just didn't want to pass the ball and try to ISO every single bucket they got.
It's facts.
That got under our skin because like when you go play pickup side note, if you go to play pickup and you're playing with a bunch of randoms, pass the ball and play defense.
Yeah, that's it.
That's how
it.
you get the ball. That's how you get the ball, and then
how you get the
can
ball
your
back.
Shot. Yeah, then when you pass, you'll get the ball back, and if you're open, then you can shoot. And if you start the game off maybe 0 for 3, don't keep shooting right away. You might want to dish it around, keep your team in the game, and then if you get another look later, then take your shot.
Exactly.
If you're just
Go for
throwing-
3, give a pump fake, drive, get your teammate open, dish it to the corner, and then bam, come back down and hit the next one. Don't go 0 for 3 and be like, oh, I got to hit the next one, and then go 0 for 7 and then be like, oh, I got this, and then go 1 for 15, bro. Because then you're just like everybody else at the rec.
there's
No,
only
you're a
one.
bum.
You're a
There's only one player in the history of all of basketball that has the permission from anybody to shoot their way out of a slump.
Wait, what do you say?
There's
Steph
only one
Curry.
player. Yeah, there's only one player in the history of basketball that has the permission from anybody to shoot their way out of a slump.
Bro, I'd put myself up there, honestly. I'm putting Steph at 1, me at 2, Ray at 3, Reggie at 4.
I love the confidence, but the accuracy is not there at all.
No, it is.
You're definitely top
Like
five,
top
If any
five.
of those
but you're not
people
top
said,
4.
I'm top 2, not 2. I'm top 2, not 1.
You're top 5 and nowhere
just-
near 1 through 4. You're top 5 though.
I'm number 2. Yo, if anybody sees this and wants to have a shootout against me, please just hit my socials, bro.
He's not gonna lose.
DM the pod, comment on the TikTok, anything. I will show up. and
Anytime,
I'll outshoot
any
you.
place, whatever you want.
Actually, I'll shoot you, bro. I'll probably just beat you straight up. So no, I'm kidding. I'm not that good. I'm actually not that good. I'm
You're not
5'10".
that guy, pal.
I'm
You're just
5'10".
not
I'm
that guy.
overweight. It's just I'm all talk.
Yeah, bro, you had a tough time making it up and down the floor the other day.
Dude, I'm getting gassed. It's all that college weight.
Dude, that's all I did basically in a couple of games was just run up and down the floor because I didn't get the ball and my guy never got the ball either. So I was just
Ask Nads
spacing the
about
floor.
how his night went the other day, bro.
Oh yeah, you guys played the other night. How'd that go?
Got a layup.
Nads' stats on the night. 4. Oh, that's in. 6
Airballed
balls.
so long, dude. I was like, oh, that's good.
4 fouls.
No, not even close.
9.
Dude.
Nice shot. 10. Oh! Couple water breaks.
I started
in there.
off 2 for 3 with a layup. Somehow I like a little floater bank shot that should not have gone in.
You
But it
weren't
ended up
aiming for the
kissing
backboard,
glass.
were you?
Bro, we were only on the
not
same
at
team
all.
like once.
Yeah,
We
I
needed,
know,
we
but
had that
didn't matter.
connection, bro.
I was busted, dude. I threw a couple dimes though, Mr. Stentz. Okay, Stentz was hooping. Okay, Mr. Stencil was balling, but
Yeah. It's
anyway,
separating-
back on track. We gotta get back on track here.
Yeah.
We're losing it.
I mean, now we were just talking about who the greatest shooters were, and Trevor believes he's definitely top 1.
No,
But
definitely not.
Let's
even
talk
close.
about just
Klay
like
Thompson, Steve Kerr.
we can talk about our
Reggie.
top 20 list that we
Reggie.
promised everybody. And so it's top 20 with 5 honorable mentions. So there's 25, but obviously we've all been seeing each other's lists and we're all just like texting each other like your list is dumb. No, your list is dumb. No, my list is better. But I'll be glad to start us off. I'll read this in order. And if anybody wants to feel some type of way with how I have one person on a certain ranking, go ahead and speak your mind after I'm done reading the list. So my top 5 is MJ, Kareem, Kobe, Magic Johnson, LeBron. I got Bill Russell at 6, Bird at 7, Shaq at 8, Tim Duncan at 9, Wilt Chamberlain at 10. And then 11 through 20 is Steph Curry, David Robinson, Oscar Robertson, Hakeem Olajuwon, Kevin Durant, Kevin Garnett, Dwayne Wade, Dirk Nowitzki, Julius Erving, and Isaiah Thomas. And then my 5 honorable mentions were the Big Chuckster and Charles Barkley, the Logo Jerry West, Mailman Karl Malone, and then the other Malone, but not related, Moses Malone, and then Scottie Pippen. So
Round of rebounds, Charles Barkley. The only thing I gotta say, you gotta flip
LeBron
Kobe
is not the 5th best player of all time. I'm sorry, that's just a terrible take.
see,
overall points, LeBron. Overall rebounds, LeBron.
over
Assists,
who?
LeBron. Over Kobe. This is an argument. It
So
was
you
like
want
every
LeBron
single
at
stat
3?
besides. Yeah, I'll
So
put
you want
LeBron
LeBron
at
at
3.
3 and Kobe at 5?
I mean, you arguably put LeBron at number 1, but it's okay.
Bro,
It's
in the
okay.
70s, Kareem was literally playing against dudes who worked 9 to 5s who'd go to basketball practice for an hour after
Whoa.
work before they'd go home to a nice steak from their wife. Like,
Hold up. Kareem also was one of the most dominant players ever, and he had the most unstoppable shot in the history.
I'm
of
just
the game.
saying he's not better than LeBron James.
Yes,
Oh
he
yeah,
is.
no, I agree.
No, he definitely is. All-time leading
Whatever.
scorer with
You
only
Bron
making
hater.
1 3-pointer in his entire career. But, okay. So, as of right now, these are LeBron's accolades, right? 18-time All-Star, 1-time scoring champ, 1-time assist champ, 4-time NBA champ, 18-time All-NBA, All-Rookie team, Rookie of the Year, 3-time All-Star MVP, but that doesn't really mean anything. 6-time All-Defense, 4-time MVP, 4-time Finals MVP, and he was on the 75th anniversary team of the NBA.
Who are you talking about?
LeBron.
Okay.
Now, I look at this and I see Kobe Bryant is also an 18-time All-Star. He's a 2-time scoring champ, 5-time NBA champ, 15-time All-NBA, All-Rookie team, 12-time All-Defensive team. He had 4 All-Star MVPs, but like I said, that doesn't matter. one-time MVP, two-time Finals MVP, anniversary team, and also he won an Oscar. If you guys didn't know, but yeah. So I personally looked at this, right, and I'm like, I do like that top 5 list was hard. That was probably the hardest part of the list was figuring out who's 1 through 5.
Yeah,
Well, who was
definitely, I
2 through
agree.
5? Who's 2 through 5? Because number 1 was easy for me. That I came close. But what stuck out to me for Kobe the most was he stayed on the same team his entire career. He didn't switch sides. He didn't try to go off and build a super team. He played with the team that management gave him, right? And so, yes, you can say the first 3 rings were because of Shaq. Okay, so 2 of LeBron's rings are from D Wade and Chris Bosh, or another rings from Kyrie, or another rings from AD. You can obviously make that argument. And then if you want to say, oh, Kobe wasn't, the assist leader one year, okay, Kobe was more of a scorer, but people say LeBron can score as well. But Kobe was a 2-time scoring champ where LeBron is 1. And I understand their play styles are completely different. LeBron wants to get his team involved, where Kobe just wants to win. Kobe wants to win. And the ultimate accolade for winning is championships. And if Kobe did it 5 times and LeBron only did it 4, that's just it for me, right? That's my own opinion. Plus, LeBron, as of today, has played in more NBA games than Kobe has. So he's had more time to pad his stats and, all that.
It's even crazier. He's been dominating the league. It hasn't slowed down like at all since he's been
Same
19.
with Kobe. His last game, he dropped 60.
He went 9.
Yeah,
Okay.
but in his last 5 years,
But
he didn't
everyone
do
was going to
much.
let Kobe score and do stuff. 100%.
They didn't
LeBron-
let
it was
him score,
Kobe Bryant
though. Like, if you look
retired.
at his buckets, like, they were not all easy buckets. He had to work for everything
Oh,
he got that night.
That last game, dude, it was like both teams, none of them were making the playoffs. They had no chance. I mean, everyone was just going to let Kobe jack up and drop like 60 points. It was like a given before the game even happened.
It was
We had
maybe
a
a given
teacher
that
even
30
saying
was
there
going to
was
happen.
nothing about basketball you could say that was going to happen.
I mean, in Kobe's last 5 years in the league, like you want to chip in an 11 and then didn't do anything after that.
I mean,
I know he got injured, but like but like still like nothing like you have to take that into account. I can't change that he got injured. He like his last 5 years didn't amount to much. Like LeBron in his 18th season won a ring, and I know people are going to discredit it, and I do kind of as well because I think the bubble was a different environment entirely. But
could have been harder in a sense, but yeah, I agree.
I mean, he's still like looking like a freak of nature in his 20th year now.
Yeah, he's going in his 20th season, which is nuts.
Right, so it's just crazy.
And then I guess my point for putting Magic over LeBron is that Magic's career obviously was cut way short due to his illness with HIV.
Yeah.
And in his 13 years as a player, he was a 12-time All-Star, 4-time assist champ, 2-time steal champ, 5-time NBA champ, 10-time All-NBA, All-Rookie team, 3-time Finals MVP, 3-time MVP. Like, those are great stats for, only 13 years in the league. Like, Jordan only played 13, and he got 6 rings. Magic was just 1 behind him.
Yeah, Magic was an absolute baller. His highlight reel is like incredible. It's some of the best like passes, court vision like ever.
Plus, he was the first guy that could play like point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center.
Yeah, he literally played center in that one finals when Kareem got hurt, and they threw him at center, and he ended up dominating even there. So all around
Spartan dog,
freak of an athlete.
Most well-rounded player probably I've never seen him play, but if somebody did watch him play, you'd probably say he's the most versatile player to ever play.
100%.
I mean, okay. I don't know, dude. Lonzo Ball's up there. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, hey, if this was a Mike Jones like favorite basketball players of all time, Lonzo would definitely be in the top 3.
I'm a Lonzo fan. He's coming out. He's gonna have a breakthrough. He's gonna have a great season coming up here. 100%. He was balling last year.
Ron Artest for sure. Well, the whole state of Michigan loves that man.
The mouse, dude. The mouse at the palace.
All right, boys. All right,
All
wait,
right.
Mike. Why don't we take a look at like I think most of our lists are like pretty similar, just like a couple
Yeah.
different
I feel like the top 5 is like the main thing, and then everything else is kind of like,
filler, I guess. I
it's
mean,
like
like
filler. Yeah, like great players, but you can arguably put them like one above the next one, or I
I
feel
don't
like
think
top
Dwayne
five's the
Wade
most.
is top 20. I don't think.
Um,
He's a 4-time
no,
champ, and that year was Shaq. You know,
Is he a
or no,
four
he's
time?
3. No, 3-time, 3-time.
Yeah, that's what I
My
three,
thought.
bad, I
three.
misspoke. But yeah, the one with Shaq. That was Dwayne Wade's team. Shaq's even come out and said that was Dwayne Wade's team.
Fair.
And Shaq wasn't nowhere near what he used to be when he was in Miami, but he was still a good player. But Dwayne Wade was, hold on, I'll pull up his basketball reference page, and maybe we'll agree that he is a top 20 player because, I mean, I believe
Well,
he's
why don't
top
we go
20.
through our list first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because
All right.
Nards,
we can compare them at the end.
Okay. So I got. This is mine. I got Michael Jordan at number 1. It was a tough decision, but only because he did go to the final 6 times and he left with 6 rings, which was incredible. Even though his team was stacked as hell, like all the time with Scottie Pippen, Steve Kerr, Dennis Rodman. I mean, he had some major
Grant.
people behind. Horace Grant. I mean, the list. His teams were stacked.
so are LeBron's.
No. Listen, when MJ retired with his gambling issue, when MJ retired with that gambling, we all know it's for gambling. When he retired, the Chicago still ended up going to the playoffs and making runs. Maybe not the finals, but they
Their
still went to the
record,
playoffs.
they lost like 7 more games. That was it. Like
Yeah, it was
that.
like nothing. LeBron leaves Cleveland. Become the shittiest team in the whole NBA.
Everybody
He
else
comes
left
back
too, though.
and he
That's the thing. Everybody else left. Kyrie wasn't there.
was there before LeBron came
The
back.
best player on the Cavs after LeBron left was Kevin Love.
That is fair. And
Second
they brought
time.
in Sexton.
I'm talking the first time, even both times. They ended up sucking both times when LeBron left.
Well, they sucked before LeBron got there.
Yeah, and then LeBron came, made almost a playoff run when his like rookie year. Absolutely dominated. LeBron leaves. Kyrie's not in the league yet because he's still in college or whatnot. LeBron leaves to go to the Heat. They'd become a playoff team and become the shittiest team in the league. Again, that's how they got Kyrie Irving at number 1. And then Kyrie Irving's there. LeBron comes back, and then become one of the best teams in the league again. They've added like an old J.R. Smith, an old Eamon Shumpert.
Dude, they were coming off
Tristan
like
Thompson, like
17
he's a
point
bum.
seasons, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. It was terrible.
No, they were. That's great. 17 point seasons.
What do you? Let's see you score 17 points in the NBA, and we'll tell you that
and
you're
then they
terrible.
got there, and then they didn't do shit.
Well, either way, LeBron leaves, they become the worst team in the league, and they didn't have much change in their roster. It happened both times. Okay, then at number 2, I got LeBron. Number 3, I got Kareem. He's got the sky hook, most unstoppable shot there is. Number 4, Magic. Number 5, I have Wilt Chamberlain because that dude was just a freak of an athlete. 7 feet tall. He dropped 100 points. I don't care if you put me against a bunch of grade schoolers. I probably still won't drop 100. And then you have Larry Bird, 6, Tim Duncan, Shaq, Kobe, Bill Russell, Oscar Robertson, David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon, Isaiah Thomas, the Pistons version, Wardell, Stephen Curry, Jerry West, KD, Julius Erving, Dirk Nowitzki, Scottie Pippen. And then my 5 honorable mentions: Chuck, Stockton, Garnett, Moses Malone, and then D Wade. I mean, Cade Cunningham, but it's okay. I don't know. That's my list, though. I feel like it's all pretty much the same, other than the top 5. But
Bro, you need to take another nap. That LeBron making the team so much better take. That's so overplayed.
He does, dude. I don't care. He does.
That first Cleveland team, yes, like that was LeBron's team because LeBron was the only guy there. And when you're taking 90% of the shots and you're the best player in the world, yeah, your team's gonna like piggyback off your success.
Shump and JR averaged 20 combined almost. I think it was. I just looked it up. It was 20. So you can't say they were bumps. 2 bench players, each average like combined averaging 20. That's really good. Like for role players.
Okay, but if you're comparing him to Scottie Pippen, Steve Kerr's top 10 shooter of all time, Dennis Rodman, who's one of the best defenders and rebounders of all time.
I mean, dude, let's look at Kevin Love's averages before he came in. On the Timberwolves, he was just a freaking dog.
He was an MVP candidate.
Was he actually?
1 year, I'm 90% sure.
Kevin Love hasn't done jack and since LeBron left. What has Kevin Love done with
He
that?
averaged 26 his last year in Minnesota and then got stuck behind LeBron on
Dude,
the
not
talking about once
everybody.
LeBron
14,
left.
15 when they brought in JR, Amon, and Kevin Love in 2014-15. And his points per game went from 26.1 to 16.4.
Still
His
solid.
assists went from 4.4 to 2.2.
I mean, that's what happens when you're
His
the
total
third
rebounds
option
went
on
from
the
12
team.
and a half to 9.7.
Think about that.
Yeah,
You
but their
bring in
role wasn't
an
to
all-star.
be the best.
You bring in an all-star who's potentially an MVP candidate at some point in his career. You tell him, "Oh yeah, you're not
but,
going to
like,
be the number one
dude,
guy. You're not going to be the
Kevin
number 2.
Love-
You're going to be the number 3."
The reason the Bulls worked is because MJ could play with another all-star. LeBron can't really.
Thank
Like,
you.
Look at this. I just read the stats. Kevin Love was a double-double with he was averaging 26 and 12 and a half with 4.5 assists with with half a block and almost a steal. And then he plays with LeBron and like Pippen and
But look,
Jordan
what has
worked
Kevin
really
Love
well
done
together
since
because
LeBron left?
Pippen
What has
could
Kevin
average
Love done
Pippen
since?
could average 22 and it worked with Jordan.
Like, look
LeBron
at
couldn't
Russell
average-
Westbrook this past year. Like, he was having a good year in Washington, comes over to the Lakers, and all of a sudden they can't figure it out because nobody knows how to play with LeBron because LeBron's one of those guys, like, it's very hard to play with them. And everyone's slandering
that
Russ.
team was destined to fail. That was such an old. They were a bunch of old timers trying to compete against a bunch of young NBA.
Russ
they were
has
not
still got
fast enough.
something left, though.
They didn't have
That's the
that
thing.
energy. But Russ isn't also a player that needs to have the ball in his hand 24/7. He needs to have the ball nonstop. And you're already playing LeBron. You're not going to get that. It's not like a good fit.
Because LeBron is selfish.
One of the all-time assist leaders is selfish.
Because when you're getting
you're
triple teamed
naturally
and your
gonna be
coach
the
is yelling at you to pass the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
maybe.
You're naturally going to be an all-time assist leader when you have one of the highest field goal attempts of all time. Field goals attempted.
He's like
Plus,
the
the only reason
3,000 more assists than the MJ does with your career.
Ray
3,000.
Allen
He
also
hit
played
that
for
corner
7 more
three is because
seasons
LeBron
than
didn't
MJ
pass him the
has.
ball and shot it
Well,
out
MJ
himself.
could have played for 3 more if he didn't have that gambling issue. That was 3 seasons we missed out on.
No, I agree. But still, I'm saying, he's played for 7 more seasons. He's going to have higher assist numbers.
But then,
And he
think about
barely
it.
broke his points.
LeBron had the best shooter at the time ever, sitting wide open in the corner in the finals against the Spurs. Didn't pass the ball to him. Ray Allen. He was wide open in the corner. LeBron breaks the shot, and Chris Bosh goes, "F that! I'm not giving it back to LeBron after that shot." Kicks it out to
LeBron got
Allen.
also mad.
His corner
in one
three.
of the finals.
Bang! And Miami
One of the
wins.
One of the other finals, they were in the finals I was watching when they had Danny Green on the team. LeBron kicked it to Danny Green for an open 3-pointer, and he got shit on later on social media.
Danny
because
Green is
like,
not Ray
LeBron
Allen.
should have taken the shot. LeBron, he's still one of the best, one of a solid 3-point
Watch
shooter.
yourself.
He was one of the best. He was one of the best 3-point shooters on that team.
Yeah, because they had a bunch of slashers on the team.
Hey,
Well,
let
he
me
still was,
screen share.
He ended up kicking it out to Danny Green. He got slandered, absolutely ridiculed. They're like, LeBron, if he's the GOAT, he should be taken. No matter what LeBron does, he's gonna get ridiculed. I'm sorry.
My own. Let me screen share.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting to it. But so you're saying you've never missed an open three?
No, I have, but I'm saying him making the extra pass to give Danny Green the extra 3 was a lot better. MJ, no way in hell would have passed it up. There was only that one clip of him giving it to Steve Kerr, that one
Can you guys
single
hear this?
time.
Probably be able to.
A little bit. That game was crazy, dude. I watched that live. That was nuts.
Can you guys hear it or no?
It's just laggy, really,
No,
really
not
laggy
really.
over
It's really
here.
quiet.
Oh man.
I mean, but I think the people get the point. Ray Allen hits a game-tying 3 to give LeBron his second ring.
MJ also didn't do crap against like the bad boys when he was coming up. They had the Jordan rules and he was shut down. I mean, he did make 6 finals. Every single finals he made, he ended up winning. But and Magic was on. Well, Magic was done. Larry Bird was on his way out. The
I
bad
mean,
boys
LeBron
were on
didn't
their
make the
way out,
playoffs
and
this
then
year.
MJ took over.
LeBron didn't make the
Alright.
playoffs this year. Lost in the playoffs last year. I mean,
Well, he's also played 20 seasons. Or 19 seasons.
so he's had more shots to make the finals and win rings, yet he's had trouble winning rings.
I do think
In all
this
those
day and
finals
age, the
appearances,
NBA is.
like Mike went perfect. Obviously, Kobe didn't go perfect, but he didn't lose as many as LeBron did. LeBron
I
lost
just
to
think
Dirk.
yeah,
Dirk,
that
and
was
that
that
has
was
been
his
of a
that
team.
was his worst loss. But then also his other losses are to the Golden State Warriors, who are like one of the best teams ever assembled, ever.
What about the old Spurs team that had
How
the
you
young
supposed to
Kawhi?
beat? How you supposed to beat KD, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green? Like how are you supposed to beat that by himself with just the 1 year? It was just him and Matthew Dellavedova. That was it.
That was
He still
LeBron's
took it to
first.
game
That was
6.
LeBron's first run, and they didn't have
Game
KD.
5. Well, still, it's just Matthew Dellavedova. He had no other help. Kevin Love wasn't there. Kyrie wasn't there.
Your comments are asinine right now.
No, they're not. I disagree.
All right. Anyway, I'm gonna do my list now.
Yeah, I'm tired of hearing about this bum ass list. Sorry for
All right.
cussing, but I had to say it.
Dude, that's a solid list. Beside, I had MJ at 1.
All right, boys.
It was
So
arguable. It was arguable. It was a tough decision.
at number 1, I have Giannis Antetokounmpo. At number 2, obviously Jimmy Fredette. 3, I have Mike Beasley. 4, I have
OJ
Joe
Mayo.
Dumars. 5
Oh, don't sleep on
is
Joe.
Birdman. I don't even know his full name.
Chris Anderson.
Yeah. him.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. In all seriousness, I have MJ at 1, LeBron at 2, Kareem at 3, Magic, Wilt, Bird, Shaq, Duncan, Kobe, and then Hakeem. That's my top 10. And then 11 through 20 is Bill Russell, Steph Curry, Oscar Robertson, David Robinson, Kevin Garnett, Kevin Durant, Karl Malone, Kevin Durant, Jerry West, and Julius Erving.
You have Kevin
Honorable
Durant on there
mentions.
twice.
Oh, did I actually?
Oh, yeah, he does. 16 and 18.
Oh, dude, I'm bugging.
All right, so is he 16 or 18, and who takes
No,
it?
he's definitely
That's
16.
fine.
He's definitely 16.
So who's 18? Who's better than Jerry West and Julius Erving?
Well, then
Dwayne Wade.
I'd probably put him I'd probably bump West up to 18, Julius up to 19, and I'd put
Dwayne Wade.
I don't know.
Isaiah Thomas.
No. I'd probably put Barkley there.
The mound round, the 3 down. Fair enough. He was a dog.
I mean, dude, there's so many people in the 90s you have to like take into account that would have probably won like so many championships if it wasn't for Michael Jordan. Like
I
Karl
know.
Malone, Barkley, like, dude, no one had a chance. Like, it was kind of unfair.
Yeah,
So-
in the 80s.
But I really do think Giannis is a top 25 player of all time right now.
Dude, he's going to be top. I think he's going to be top 10 for sure by the time he's done. 100%. At least
Definitely,
top 10.
definitely top 15 for me. I don't know.
Yeah, top 10 for sure. Dude, he already has an MVP, 2 defensive player of the years, a bunch of
Two-time
all-team,
MVP.
all
He's a
NBA
two-time
first time.
MVP.
Yeah, 2 unanimous MVP, or 2 back-to-back MVPs, I mean. An
Mhm.
NBA championship, finals MVP.
I
He
don't
can
know if
stay
I
healthy,
put.
dude. He's a
Okay.
freak.
So like, listen, like my top
Most
10 is
improved.
MJ, Kareem, Kobe, Magic, LeBron, Bill Russell, Larry Bird, Shaq, Tim Duncan, and Wilt. Who gets bumped from that list? Like, where does Giannis fall on that when it's all said and done?
I mean, I don't know. I'd have to see how Giannis does. Obviously, it's hypothetical. I think he'll win a couple more championships. He's only like 26 or 27, so like.
Yeah, he's still young.
But
Maybe
I don't know.
Timmy
Like,
D gets bumped down. I
if
don't
he
know.
like retired right now, I wouldn't even put him near top 10, but like
He
at
has
least I'm hoping he'll
potential.
finish. Yeah, I'm hoping he'll finish top 10. I
Yeah.
think he could.
You
I
think by the
agree.
time it's all said and done, Steph Curry will probably be top 10?
Yeah, probably. For
I wouldn't be
sure.
Yeah,
surprised because I've seen things where
but
people are like, they're like, yeah, LeBron might be the all-time leading scorer for a little bit, but he's going to lose that right away to Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant's more of a scorer when it comes to his game compared to LeBron.
I mean, Kevin Durant is on a. Everyone's getting all hype about this 4-year contract he has, but dude, he's also going to be 37 in 4 years. So like
yeah, he's
LeBron's like
old.
what, 40?
38,
He's like the same age.
but still, no, no,
Let me
no.
see.
He's 5 years older than Durant.
KD's 33.
So I said he'll be 37
Yeah,
in 4 years.
yeah. And then Brown as of now is wait, what the hell?
But
Oh,
yeah,
it's
I
Brown
think Kevin
again.
Durant is definitely a top 20 player of all time. I put him at 16 just because, I mean, he has the 2 rings. It might be Mickey Mouse rings or whatever, but he was the finals MVP. He has an MVP.
Brown's 37
Couple
as of now.
scoring leaders. Like, dude is I mean, he is a free, like, we are never going to see a score like that again. The fact that there's like a near 7-footer with that build who can dribble and shoot like a playmaker is just it's incredible. So,
And his 3-point shot's getting a lot better. If he
who,
keeps that
KD?
up, dude. No, I thought about Giannis.
Oh, no, no, no. I was talking
No,
about
if
Yeah,
KD.
Giannis
KD
got
is
in
the
the lab
best
with
scorer
KD, that would be the perfect build for a basketball player.
ever.
If Giannis had
KD's
Kevin
body
Durant's
with Giannis's
playmaking,
ability, or flip that
If
around. Flip
Giannis
that
had
around.
Steph Curry's shooting ability, it would be the most OP player in the entire ever.
yeah. What do you? I mean, that would be the greatest player to. I mean, you
Okay,
could never
well,
beat that.
Shaq's build and dominance with Steph Curry shooting.
That would be.
That's something I
I
might put
can't
together in
imagine. I
2K.
can't imagine someone like 7'2", 320 pounds, doing dribble moves and Curry slides around a 3-point line, bro. He's gonna,
I
dude.
don't even know if I would give him
How do
his
you?
dribbling ability. I would just let Shaq dribble how he dribbles and just let Shaq spot up from three. Let him just stand out there, catch and shoot. I mean, no one's gonna block his shot, right? I mean, you're 7'2", like
So
shoot
Chet
like Curry.
Holmgren.
But
Chad has some potential, bro. I like his build.
Little baby KD.
Length matters a
Dirk.
lot, dude. So does wingspan.
I mean,
Yeah.
look at
Well,
what's Mikal
you gotta
Bridges,
play all
bro.
sides
Like,
of the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Mikal Bridges is lanky as hell. Heck,
and one of the best defenders in the league.
dog.
A defender who gets
Goes
slept on
iron.
is Matisse Thybulle.
Facts.
Matisse
Yeah.
is a good
Okay.
player. I don't like the Matisse. I keep saying anybody that doesn't get love gets slandered. I mean, every player gets slandered.
He doesn't get
I
appreciated enough.
Dude, there's like 6 players that get love. And
Different.
it's like LeBron, Steph Curry, Giannis,
and they all get slandered.
everyone. Yeah, Kevin Durant is like love hate. Dude, there's a ton of people. But no, the
don't
ones that
understand.
like get milked by like Bleacher, like LaMelo and Lonzo and them and Zion and stuff like that. Like, yeah, like not everyone's gonna get a bunch of love and stuff. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
I
understand
personally
why
think.
some.
Wait, what'd you say?
I was just gonna say I don't understand how some people just like they don't even know how to appreciate greatness when it's happening right in front of them. Like I'm not hating on LeBron. I'm just saying I don't have him as a top 3 player, but that's just me. That's just a kid that does a podcast with his 2 friends.
It's all
That's just
opinion.
it's all opinion based. And for me, like when it comes to like stacking him against like all the others, like I just find me personally, I find flaws in LeBron's game. I do appreciate his greatness though, like what he's been able to do for 20 years now in the NBA, or next year's gonna be his 20th year. Like what he's been able to do has been obviously we'll never see anything like it again. But yeah, I don't want people taking that as LeBron hate. I want them to just take it as my opinion.
Some food for thought.
I appreciate your opinion. I wish I could appreciate LeBron more. I just don't. Like I wish
I mean, you
I
had him
like
as your
watching
number
him, and I
two
know
player.
that he's like one of the greatest. No, because I guess he is the second greatest player of all time. And I think he has the potential to be the best. But at the same time, like I just don't.
What
As a
happens if he
person, as a
passes
person,
Kareem?
as a person, I'm sure he's great. Great dude, a good father. I know that for a fact. Like, I'm sure he's a
Good
great
family
guy. But
man.
like as a basketball player, I think he's great. But I don't know. He
What
whines a lot.
what happens
Walks
though
back
if
on
he passes
defense.
Kareem for overall points, for most points
Uh,
ever?
Stays the
What
same for
happens
me.
then?
nothing.
Still, I don't
No.
think that puts him above anything. You
Like,
Dude,
don't think that
we're in a
puts up a lot of
scoring league
people?
right now. In the 90s, the average points per game throughout the league was like 88.7, and now it's like 110.
The
So
highest
Kareem played
scoring
in the
game
70s
ever
and the
was with the
80s.
Bad Boys, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure the highest scoring game ever
yeah,
was
but
the
okay, but
Bad
that's
Boys
like
and stuff.
that's a
It was
I
like
thought that
180
was
or something,
recently just
85
broken
to.
by, wasn't it like the Thunder and the
that's an
Grizzlies?
outlier, bro. I'm talking about the
Well,
league
that's also one of the
average.
best defensive players ever.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the league
83.
average.
It
Look at
was
it. Like nowadays, people are scoring way,
186 to
way more.
184 against the Nuggets. Yeah, that's fair. Well, defense
Like
is a
there's
lot
literally a
harder, but
30
also
point per
people
game
progress.
difference.
The difference in today's game versus back then is the defense is more like a craft and not more like brutality. I'd say, like you don't have to be like brute force. And so nowadays you got these people they're so good at shooting nowadays. It's hard to you're not gonna stop a guy from
You can't
scoring.
body someone when they're shooting. You
You're
can buy.
all you can do is slow him down. Like you're not gonna stop Steph Curry. You can slow him down a little bit. He's probably still gonna at least drop like 12 on your head at least.
Right.
He's gonna create space. So it's a
Right.
totally different game with those rules changed. So.
Yeah,
That's very
definitely. Like
fair.
Harden is one of the best players at drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line. That guy can manipulate a game in so many ways. Like people will be like, "Man, he's shooting 0 for 9. How does he have 15 points? Because they're all at the free throw
The
line."
buck at the line. But they did
I mean,
they did lock that down though on that the shot thing where you like
Jump
unnatural
into the
shot.
defense.
Yeah, jumping into defense and stuff like that. So
Yes, sir.
yeah,
he
and
did
that's
have it.
why
But he
people
was
are like,
also
"Oh,"
injured last year.
and that's why people were like hating on him like throughout the playoffs. I mean, he didn't play with the same intensity that he did the first like 10 games in Philly. But like when you have a guy who's been doing the same thing for like 10 years, do you know how hard it is to change how you play and then learn how to adapt and like totally, he didn't have to shift his game completely, but he definitely had to find new moves that worked for him that
Oh,
made
yeah. I
him one
mean,
of the
now he's
best
playing
players.
with a center, all-star center. He
And
didn't really
Joel
have
Embiid.
before.
So
I mean, he doesn't know how to get him the ball either. That's kind of
and the
ridiculous.
Rockets used to play small ball. I mean
Oh, come
their
on. He knows
biggest
how to get
guy
him the
was like
ball.
PJ
They
Tucker.
played pretty well. Harden had some spurts of like being really good, but obviously he's gonna take some time to adjust. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he was like,
It's a new system.
yeah, exactly. He's playing with new players and stuff like that. He's gotta learn. He just took a pay cut. I think he really wants to win, bro. I'm excited to see how Philly plays. I think they're gonna be a potential 1 seed.
Yeah, I agree in the
And
East.
he just took a pay cut to get some more assets in there, so I think it'll work.
So if KD goes to the Heat, would you still have Philly as the 1 seed?
No,
No, I'd
not
say
even
that he would be
close.
1 seed if KD
Okay,
goes to
so
the
where
Heat
do the
for
Celtics
sure.
fall then?
It doesn't even matter if the Heat get Kevin Durant. Just give him the 2023 championship ring and just tell everyone to practice for next season.
If they don't mess up and play Duncan Robinson just because they want to pay him money, that's why they didn't play him in the
Seriously
fucking
though, if you combined,
finals or in the Eastern Finals. It's because
with
if
what?
they ended up winning in his contract he just signed, they would have to pay him like 90 something million dollars for his accolade he met. If he played a certain amount of minutes, so they never played Duncan Robinson. They needed his 3-point shooting so bad in that Eastern Conference Finals. So that was
Well,
tough to
too
watch because
bad
he wasn't
because
even
they're
injured.
stupid. So
Yeah, that was stupid on their part, dude.
those cheapos, cheapskates.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, Kevin Durant and Jimmy Butler is a scary duo because
Jimmy's a dog. I love Jimmy.
Jimmy's
Butler.
not the kind of guy that needs the ball in his hand 24/7.
Mm-hmm. That's why
I
that
mean,
would work
obviously
really well.
he's a like a catch and drive guy, but like he doesn't. Obviously, in the finals and like the playoffs and stuff, he's bringing the ball up. That's because he didn't have much help. Like especially in the bubble, it was just rookie hero and whatever. And Most
All right, was
recently, it's been
PJ
Kyle
Tucker even
Lowry
there
and
yet?
stuff. But no, I don't think so. Didn't he just sign there?
Yeah, no, he went on. He
He
left.
was there this
I
past
do.
past
All right,
playoff run,
gotcha.
I think.
But
He signed with was
I
it
know
Philly?
Haslam's signing back,
Philly.
but
Yeah,
still,
was it
like I
Philly?
think that like having Kevin Durant there and having the ball, like having Kevin to bring it up and having Jimmy play off ball, or even having Lowry bring it up and having them both play off ball, that would be. I feel like that's gonna work fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
agree.
Lowry would be a part of that package, though. Honestly,
So, what are some topics you guys want to talk about for next week's podcast?
I was gonna say seedings for next season.
yeah, some
Do that.
seedings.
Like where
We could do
we see
predictions.
some predictions.
We could
Why
do
don't
like
we? Why don't you guys
seedings
let
with
us?
the
Why don't
playoff
you guys
bracket.
let us know? How about that?
Yeah, we'll come up with something, and then you guys come up with another topic, and those will be the two main topics. I like that.
Perfect.
We could do seedings predictions or whatever, and then
Yeah, like trajectory.
we could probably predict like who's going to be the champ and who they're going to play,
Yeah.
and if what game is the deciding factor in that series, if it's a 7-game series or if it's 4.
Perfect. Let's
I had
go.
Warriors in 5 this past season. I was close.
I had Warriors in
6.
7. I was pretty close, but yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
I wanted to say Warriors in 6, which would have been spot on, but I was always way too afraid because I was like, dude, I know Tatum's. I thought at the time, which I now know that I'm very wrong. I thought Tatum was a dog, which I know he's not, but I was like, damn, I'm gonna eat my words if Tatum carries his team to a championship. So I didn't even say anything. I was like, low key, I think the Celtics are gonna pull it off, but nah. I don't know why I doubted myself. I was like, dude, Warriors is 6. Steph Curry's been there like 5 times.
I think it was a
5
6.
times. Yeah, not that was the 6th time.
Yeah.
That's what Tatum doesn't
and
have.
so did Clay, and so did Iggy, and so did Iggy's been there more, bro, because he was there on the Warriors and the Heat.
No one has ever said this about Tatum.
Facts.
I've never seen this. No one's ever said that.
No one's
Literally,
ever
no
said
one
that about
ever.
Tatum.
Please don't ever say that about Tatum.
Ever again.
If you're talking about me, sure, go ahead. But Tatum, no thank you. But
Better. He's better.
yeah, dude. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Steph Curry won another one.
He
I
definitely
hope he
can win
does.
another
I
one.
really hope he does. That'd be fun.
Because then you'd say Steph has more rings than LeBron.
I mean, dude, have you seen Wiseman? He's been playing like crack.
Oh, I know. I think it's gonna be a key factor from them making a playoff run again.
Oh, for sure. Because if Wiggins steps up
100%.
like he was starting to, honestly, dude.
Save it for next week. Save it for next week.
Yeah, we'll save that for next week. Today's been fun. I would say we all had fun making this one. A lot of controversy with our lists, but tell us how you guys feel. Who has the best list, and then who has the worst one? And let's hear some of your guys' lists. But until next Wednesday, we'll have our seedings and preseason championship prediction, and then whatever you guys come up with, we'll work around it. We'll find ways to work. And until next time, I'm Mike.
I'm Trev.
And I'm Mike.
Thank you so much for joining us. Hit our socials at MTM Podcast on Instagram, MTM.podcast or MTM. What is it? MTM _ pod.
We'll put the links in the description.
We'll put it in the description, and then
check the description down below. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe.
Hit that notification
bell. What is up, YouTube?
Until next time, guys. Peace out.
Later.